What's going on, guys? Aviator P stands here, and today we are checking out the brand new free update to the cirrusjet SF50 here in X-Plane 10 Mobile. So we're gonna take off here. I totally forgot to change where I'm starting from. I'm starting from a helipad. It doesn't matter, I don't think. We're starting from a helipad at Elizabeth City Coast Guard Station in North Carolina. And here we have the cirrusjet. Now, it doesn't look like anything's changed until we take a look at our toggleable items. So let's go ahead, turn on these two batteries here. Oops. We have fully functioning G1000s. Upon startup, all the systems does is check.
Fire, 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 fire.
Stall, stall, stall.
TCAS 1. System test pass.
Alright, I think that's all the systems there, so right now I'm just going to do like a quick look around the cockpit. I'm not going to do any flying or any functioning of the G1000s themselves, but as you can see, we have real functioning G1000s that work. We have pretty much the G1000. If you're familiar with the G1000 from X-Plane 11 on the G1000 Cessna 172, it's the same one that they have in here. It's a little bit different. Just playing around here, showing you all the different things you can play around with. Bearing 2, stuff like that. DME, stuff like that. Wind, I like option 3. Defaults, stuff like that. Time and reference, transponder, boop, bop, 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 stuff like that, you know. So that's that. I should go VFR, transponder on. Now we have these three screens down here. You have our audio and radio, so we can change what we're listening to or transmitting on. Not that it matters that much. I can listen to nav there. Test button.
Autopilot. Cabin altitude. Cabin altitude.
I press and hold it to test all the enunciators. Cabin brightness. Doesn't really do much of anything. We have our environment. We have 3 different pages here. So we have a status info on the landing gear. I think the flaps as well. Let's go ahead and select. Okay, maybe not. Get out of here. Don't need no stinking nose. So that's that page. It tells you if your parking brake is on and if the landing gear is down or not and whether the door's closed. And we have our environment and pressure. So we have our bleed air valve, which we can turn on with that switch right there. Cabin altitude, the cabin climb rate, and the oxygen valve. We also, if we leave that on, we also have toggleable masks with the added breathing sound effect. Pretty cool. You can only equip those if the master oxygen switch is on. And then we have our DIs. So if I would turn on like probe heat, stuff like that, it reflects that on there. If I do windshield heat as well. Still have these 2 random sliders that do nothing. Still not sure what laminar research is going to model those as. Then we have our engine and fuel page here. So engine and ignition and fuel pump are off. We'll get to that in a second. But we can see the fuel pressure, how many kilograms of fuel we have in each wings, and then we have the electrical page here, so we can see how many amps and volts everything's making, stuff like that. Pretty cool. And then weight and balance, so we can see our max landing weight line there, and the max takeoff weight, and anywhere within that box, kind of. So leave that there. Aside from that, oh yeah, air conditioning fan. Different levels of it as well. I think there's 3. 1, 2. Yeah, so it's our off, low, or high. So, right, starting the engine. Pretty simple. Engine switch to run. Push the button. You can see the bleed air is rising. Everything's on. Fuel pumps are on. Stuff like that. And then if you turn on the gens, they're now producing the electrical current. And we have a new sound effect. Go and turn on the bleed air. We have a new sound effect with the jet engine. Do it inside first. That's pretty neat. Then we go outside. Pretty neat. If I do say so myself. What else is there? We've always had caps. I think that's cabin pressure jump. Yeah. That's now toggleable. And I think that was operable before the update. But aside from that, nothing too much has really changed. We do have cabin light switches now, and an actual modeled interior. We look behind the pilot seat here. Fuel control, we can now control a little bit. It's either left, right, or auto. Don't see why you would turn it off auto unless the computer fails. But yeah, aside from that, that is the brief overview of the new update for the cirrusjet in X-Plane 10 Mobile that came out on Christmas Eve 2020. This is probably over-exaggeration here, but it's probably the best thing 2020 could have produced. So with that, let's go outside here. Just look at our majestical bird that costs oodles and oodles of money in real life. How much does a cirrusjet cost? Let's look that up. Cirrusjet SF50 price. It comes in with a $2 million price tag that is billed as substantially less than blah 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 blah. So that's from USA Today, from an article on, I think that's July 6th or June 7th of 2017. So with adjusting for inflation, this is probably closer to like $2.1 million today. So yeah, I am looking forward to this. It's definitely long overdue on the mobile side of things. For the G1000 to come in to the full functional one, not just the one that says, hey, this is your attitude and stuff like that. So, yes, now we can actually do programmable routes like we do with the 430s and 530s on other aircraft in this game. So fun stuff is ahead to come. With that, I'm Avian Peace Hands. Fly safe, y'all.